Let's discuss golden hammer syndrome in AI. The solution to this is mapping AI to your value chain in your business. Golden hammer is nothing but AI, which is a shiny object these days, which is helping performing things really fast, very efficiently, doing some outstanding things, which all of us have already seen. So what exactly they're doing is they're taking the shiny object, which is a golden hammer. They're trying to fix the problem by hitting, by creep. There's a problem, they want to fix it using the hammer, but the gold is falling down and you're losing the money where you're trying to do. That is what is golden hammer syndrome in AI. What is the solution? The solution is mapping AI to the value chain of your business is a solution. In this video, how to map exactly this AI in the value chain and how to look at the cost versus revenue benefits, all that we're going to discuss in this video. Before getting into this video, I recommend you to watch my other two videos. One is on, are you really ready to adapt AI in your business? And second thing is, once you are ready with that, so the step one is done. The step two is data cleanliness. How to manage, what is a data cleanliness, what is data hygiene for current era. It gives you very clear idea. These two are very important, before we trying to step into AI. I recommend please go through those two videos. Then this video also helps in understand more clearly how to map the AI in your value system. There is a study from MIT. It says if you're applying AI randomly, nearly 95% of the AI pilots in 2024 failed to show ROI. Let's find the 5% of AI moves that actually print money. So it basically happens through mapping AI to your value chain. So coming to the next slide, this is based on the Michael Porter's value chain model. Any of the organizations or any of the businesses can be categorized into inbound logistics, operations, marketing and sales, services. This model gives you a fair idea on the value chain, which can be different based on your business. So you have to write your business value chain based on the actual business what you're in, but this gives you some kind of idea on how to map your value chain of your business. So once we have created the chain based on your business, we have to go and expose the friction or understand what are the friction happening in each part of your chain. For example, inbound inventory piling up, which can lead to stock buildup, tying up cash and space. And in operations, we have senior people going and doing smaller jobs like replying on chats and replying on emails. The third point is services, where customers leaving after sign up. Imagine they have purchased a product and they need to take additional services or AMCs. They're not taking because there's nobody to guide them or answer them with the relevant queries they have for them to sign up for the services to get the full advantage about the product and stuff. Fourth point is what we need to look at in the value chain is where exactly the bleeding is happening, where exactly the friction is very high, where either we're losing the customer or we're losing the money. So it has to be identified, which can be identified individually by the business owners by understanding their value chain. So this is just an example. The most important part here is the outcome. Outcome is once you have identified these friction points, use AI as a lubricant. So AI cannot be used for without a clear aspect, without a clear perspective. It has to be used to understand the friction in the value chain and then to be used as a lubricant. Let's go to the next slide. This is just a kind of example, how you can write your frictions, or intensity of the friction. For example, in this inbound logistics has been marked as red and it is really high because there is a lot of inventories piling up for XYZ reason. So we have to understand why this is happening and then we will try to fix the AI over there. And then in marketing and sales, what is happening? There are a lot of leads are there dead leads are there, earlier leads are there, new leads are there, and the conversion is very low. So other two seems to be, working fine, like say service and operations. Just a hypothetical example. So in this situation, then we can actually go and pinpoint, understand exact issue either in the inbound logistics or in marketing and try to solve. So we have two approaches in which this AI can be adapted to fix the friction. One is defense approach, another is offense approach. For defense, the goal is cost reduction For offense, it is revenue growth. Basically, defense is more, it is like a generative AI, and offense is a agentic AI. So some of the examples of defense AI is automated invoice processing to cut manual spend. So the invoices are complex in multiple, as organization grows. So it can be automated. QI cameras spotting defects to lower the rework rates. This has been used heavily in large organizations, and this is really giving the good results. AI extracting data from PDFs to speed audits and reduce errors. This is also happening in use in many HR policies and stuff. Offense, what are the tasks you can do? Personalization that increases retention, example Netflix. Sales co-pilots that improve close rates, so that there are co-pilots who goes and speaks to the customers and answers all their queries, and they convince the customers, or sales co-pilots who help the sales manager who is speaking to the client, giving it the right information to go and discuss about it. And things like dynamic pricing to capture more margin, like say we know, especially in the airfare, air tickets or bus tickets, based on the season or based on the situation, the air prices or bus prices increases and decreases. These can be done automatically. So the very good examples of defense are TSMC defect detection, that is Taiwan Semiconductor Company. They have gotten a very good growth by doing a defect detection. Similarly, BMW and Intel, they have used in their QA, quality assurance. They have achieved good results. Very good example of offense AI is Netflix, where they have increased the engagement of the user by understanding the user patterns and completely, and also trying to give him some kind of information what he might like, predict what he might like, and increases the retention or the subscription. One more example is Super AGI, which is a AI CRM platform which has helped many companies in boosting their sales. Let's go to the next slide. So the golden rule. So if we look at what is the strategy to be followed, the 2025 AI strategy rule, it's declare the rule clearly and repeat it for emphasis. First is understand the friction, understand the value chain, understand the friction, and define the rule clearly, how to solve it, how to fix it, and then keep repeating it. The core message is first concentrate on defense, start saving money first, and that whatever the money is saved, that can be put into offense, for the growth. So the goal, repeating the golden rule here is start with defense to fund the offense. Let's go to the next slide. And also, what is the prioritization matrix? How to prioritize your friction. Like say, whatever the friction you are facing, it can be put within this matrix. The matrix will be written with x-axis on feasibility, ease of implementation. Basically, that means you have resources and you have feasibility, you have tools, you have a knowledge, everything you have. And second thing is always the ROI. Either you are saving money or you are making money. That is on the y-axis. Once you put this and you take the friction, whatever projects what you are trying to solve, and see, and you just have to map it here. What is the easiest thing to do is the priority projects, which are easy to implement, and you're going to see a lot, either this savings or you're going to see the change in the sales, increase in the sales. Those things comes under right side, which is win-win situation. Like say for example, it can be HR chatbot, that's more easy to manage and implement faster. And second thing is example, autonomous supply chain. Or for example, like say if you're doing brainstorming, if it is an advertising agency or whatever, or market analysis or something which is required for all organizations, you create one chatbot, who has all the knowledge of all the company till date, complete history, and he also, the chatbot or the agentic chatbot has information on what is happening currently in the world, on the market, and everything. So it sits along in the meeting and gives immediate answers, for any of the queries that you ask. That is a very intelligent thing which is must required for any organization. But the amount of time it takes to create that kind of autonomous chatbot is purely the way data is structured, the way data is being captured, how it has been put to the cement segmentation. Everything is, it will going to take huge amount of time. So that you can consider it as a strategic bets, but that will be a priority too. And third thing is money pits. It's going to be money pits where there is hardly any impact you're going to have in the business, and it's going to take a lot of time. And third thing is there are a lot of distractions which we get in our businesses, which we can omit. So this is the priority matrix, how to pick or how to put the projects or the frictions in this table before finalizing. Now, this is the most important slide. What is your action plan? What you exactly have to do is you have to create the map, that value chain. You have to understand what are the frictions, put the frictions over there by clearly putting which are the defense and which are the offense. Put it on the matrix and understand the value for each one of them. What is the value growth you're going to get? What is the investment? All that very clearly. Once you get that clarity, plan out the priority based on the matrix created and then start executing one by one. So this will help in mapping AI for a successful ROI after mapping correctly in your value chain. Let's go to the last slide. I'll be going little more deeper in generative and agentic AI with few more examples so that, see, currently what is happening is most of the companies, they are using generative AI up to some extent. Agentic AI is something which is complex where a lot of work has been happening. So I'll go a little more deeper on this next topic so we get more clarity on how exactly the adoption of Gen AI and agentic AI is happening currently. Thank you.